Today we set sail from Haifa, Israel to experience the beauty of the Greek islands in the Mediterranean on board the MSC MUSICA and to start our next travel series. Taylor has been wanting to visit the Greek Isles for a really long time, and when our friend Marianne invited us back in January to tag along with her rowdy gang, we figured, why not? What could possibly go wrong? This cruise was relatively inexpensive for a 7-night sailing. It cost us about $2,000 total for a balcony stateroom that includes basic Wi-Fi and a drink package, and those are drinks that cost up to $9. Now, by comparison, most 7-night Caribbean sailings for 2 adults in the same category tend to be about $2,500 to $3,500 per person, depending on the cruise line, the itinerary, the time that you book, all of those things, right? And just so everybody knows, we booked this cruise in full back in February. So less than 6 months before the cruise actually set sail. So this was a steal that we just couldn't pass up. Of course, so we still did have to fly to Haifa.
Oh, I think it's like a... It's like randomized screening. Oh, okay.
We are starting our trip from MCO here in Orlando. This is our 3rd international flight, and today we are flying with Delta. It's our first international flight with Delta, but they aren't a sponsor or anything like that, but we know that you're going to ask who the carrier is, so we've had several great domestic flights with Delta, specifically last year when we flew first class to Seattle for our group cruise to Alaska. It was a lot of fun, it was really great, and if you're interested in what an Alaskan cruise is like, definitely go check those out.
Morning. So we just got our Starbucks. I figured it was a good time while we wait to talk a little bit about the situation that we have with the airplane and how we've decided to change things up a bit. Now, in the past, anytime that Taylor and I have flown, usually Taylor gets a window seat, I get the aisle seat, and most of the time it's been fine. But when we did our flight back in December and we were going to Switzerland, it ended up actually kind of like being a little bit of a nuisance for me because I felt really bad asking somebody beside me to get up so that I could go stretch my legs or I could go to the bathroom. And if Taylor needed to get up, 2 people had to get up so she could get up. So we switched it up this time. And this time we're actually gonna be taking the 3 seats in the middle, and we're gonna be taking an aisle seat and an inside seat. So if Taylor needs to get up, I am the only person who has to get up. And if I wanna get up and move around, I can get up and stretch my legs. Because listen, this is a 12-hour flight, everybody. And you have got to get up and move around at some point. If you don't, I promise you, you will regret it. So, you smell that? I think it's the coffee. I think it's about ready. Well, we have officially made it to Atlanta, and this is our first time here in Atlanta flying. I always think I was here like maybe once for work, but I was like, well, at the airport. But it's pretty big and it's very large and it can be very overwhelming, but it's really easy to navigate.
Follow the signs.
Follow the signs, yeah. It's super easy. Oh, it's going to end up on the tube. I mean, of course it's going to. How much was that, bro? Oh yeah, there's some hanging up. Want to go look?
Yeah.
Just go look. I mean, you have to get one if you need one. Then you might as well just get one. Like, is what it is.
I guess. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Maybe they're thick straps. I like this like just nude with the thick strap. If you have any like that. I just had to go buy the one thing I forgot to pack in my suitcase, which was actually at the top of my packing list, the very first thing on my packing list.
An essential piece of clothing. An
essential piece of clothing for all of the dresses that I will be wearing. A bra.
And how much was that unknown expense, travel expense?
It was a $73 bra, which is the most expensive bra I've ever purchased in my life.
So we're here at the gate and we are waiting for the rest of the crew to show up. They aren't showing up, so we're not sure where they're at, but we just got some really great information. It's that we have no Wi-Fi on this flight at all, which really stinks. 12 hours, nothing. So they keep telling everybody, download something if you want to watch it, or books, whatever. Just make sure you're set, because there won't be any Wi-Fi, so should be good.
Costa Rica. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How many times is she gonna counter me?
You should have got a dog leash, and then
And just
you hold it.
everybody holds on to it in a line.
If you've never taken an international flight before, most of the time, at least the last few times that we've taken one, they will check your passports before you start getting onto the plane. And so that's why we all have our passports out. But what made this one a little bit different was that not only did they check our passports, they also did a special randomized security screening, and they did that by the judgment of an iPad where you just spin a wheel.
I think it's like randomized screening. Oh, okay. Well, we finally boarded the plane here in Atlanta, and we had one of the strangest things happen to us that's never happened before, which is that they were doing random searches before getting onto the plane, and they were doing it via a spin wheel on the iPad, which was a little strange, but essentially you had to spin it, and if you passed, you could go ahead and go through after doing the passport check, or if you failed like Taylor did,
If you failed,
you didn't fail. It's just either a pass or an extra search. Taylor had to get an extra search, which was a little strange. This is really different. We'd never experienced that before, so keep that in mind. You might have to not be totally strip search, but they definitely go through all of your stuff really well.
We collected our bags and made our way to the train station at the airport. We bought our tickets at the kiosk, and you could use new Israeli shekels, card, or Apple Pay, and in my opinion, this was super easy and very straightforward. Most people here speak English, so if you are confused or unsure of the station you need to go to, just ask and somebody can help you. You can collect your ticket and proceed to the lift with your luggage. That is if you don't forget it.
You have to go out the other side. Other side. No.
oh my gosh.
And Josh, you're on backup. Get in. Give it to Jay. You're done.
I'm done.
You're done.
So as a reminder, just make sure that you always have your bags with you, because you don't want to be Marianne.
Got it on camera.
Can you send me that on the...
We jumped onto the train and luckily ended up in the disability car that had a lot of space below for us and everyone's luggage. And I mean everybody. Marianne didn't forget it this time. The train travels all the way from the airport in Tel Aviv up to Haifa with a few stops along the way. And each stop is announced in Hebrew and English, so it's pretty easy to understand where you're at and where you're going. There are 3 stops in Haifa. We got off at the central station, which is directly beside the port and is a very easy walk with your luggage.
We're looking to get on an MSC cruise ship.
MSC, it's not now.
Now, this is really important, so listen up when it comes to sailing in Haifa. If you've sailed on any type of cruise in the US for the most part, you know that you can arrive to the port normally early, and even if they don't let you board the ship, typically you can wait inside the terminal, which is, you know, AC, it's kind of nice, it's a little bit more relaxing, but that is not the case here in Haifa. Either the cruise terminal is like under construction or it's temporary. I'm really not sure. We couldn't get really a good idea of what the situation was, other than it wasn't like that, right? There was nowhere to wait. So we actually had to just wait outside on the curb, basically, of the street for the time to be ready, for it to be 3 o'clock, because that's when we could board the ship, and we arrived at 11. So we had a while to wait. Now, what made that even worse was that we couldn't just drop our bags off with somebody to take them and put them onto the ship. They actually didn't even start doing that process until almost 1 o'clock. So we had to sit there with all of our stuff. We did try to sit kind of like in the shade for a little while until they started making a line for you to drop your luggage off with. So the lesson for today in today's embarkation video, sailing out of Haifa, is don't show up until you're supposed to board the ship, which for most sailings out of Haifa, at least with MSC, is going to be at 3 p.m. Now, if you are wondering about sailing through the Mediterranean, you've never done it before, looking to do that next big cruise, don't worry, we can definitely help you with that. We've got experience, whether it's Taylor, myself, or the rest of our team over at GETAWAYs can help you plan your next destination vacation, your Mediterranean cruise to the Greek Isles, or like we're taking another cruise in the Mediterranean later in August with some friends of ours as a group cruise. It's gonna be awesome on Norwegian Cruise Line's Epic Ship. So if you're looking to plan, you need some help, reach out to us. We would love to help you plan that next big trip. And guess what? It doesn't cost you anything extra. So back to the video where we have to wait and wait and wait and wait. That's it? Yeah. Thank you.
So once we were able to finally start the boarding process here with MSC, the staff handed out these pieces of paper with numbers. Not sure why or what for, because we literally never used them. Nobody asked for them. Nobody wanted to see them. It was like just a game of like, let me hand this to you and figure it out. But we first had to climb stairs or wait for a single elevator. And we chose just to walk the stairs, only to get to the top and find that they were holding us on the bridge. And we stood here for probably about 15 minutes. Then we had to funnel into a single person walkway, and then into a temporary structure that we thought would be the check-in, but we were wrong. We waited here for another 25 minutes, and one positive note about this was that it was 1 in the AC, and 2, they had free bottles of water for us. We then began another long walk back in the direction in which we came, from there to then descend down a vehicle ramp and into another temporary tent structure. And it was in this structure that it was finally time for us to begin the official check-in process for MSC's The MUSICA ship. And just like any other cruise, you'll need to present your passport and cruise documents. Now, MSC does not have, or at least with this ship, is not a smart ship, so you actually have to print everything and bring it with you. We then had another passport check before then being loaded onto buses to be taken to the ship, and this was just really strange and bonkers and weird, but you know, it was the first time for us, so maybe this is something that is normal, and if it is, let us know down in the comments, and if it's not, let us know down in the comments. We would love to know. But the positive thing here is it was finally time to board the ship. Now, once on board, MSC does this thing where they herd all of their guests through an upsell funnel. You must follow the path. MSC employees will not allow you to go anywhere else except through this funnel. They will push internet, drinks, dining, and excursions here. And since we already had a Wi-Fi included, the crew did set up our phones, which I thought was kind of weird because there was like some weird special process that they had to do. But the internet was, well, not so great. So it didn't really matter. They also tried to push alcohol on us, but we had already bought a package, or the package was already included with our room, so we didn't really need that either.
We actually already have a drink package.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Al. All right, everybody, we have officially made it to our room here in Haifa, Israel, on the MSC MUSICA, and the whole day so far obviously has been crazy and weird, and so we're kind of skipping around. But we're here in the room, so we want to give you guys like this brief kind of overview of the room like we've been doing on the last few cruises to kind of highlight some of the stuff. So MSC here, this MUSICA ship is pretty old. It has been renovated not too long ago, but it has a very, very red color scheme and decor. So the hallway's red, this room is red, the carpet's red, the couch over here is red, the curtains are red, everything is red. So we've got a balcony, as you guys can see behind me. Looks really nice. Check out this stunning view that we have of Haifa. Looks beautiful out here. Now, what you don't smell is the fresh paint as they paint the ship. But there's that fresh kind of paint smell. I was out here talking about the port, which looks great, beautiful from our little balcony room. I feel, or our balcony space here, I feel like we have a decent amount of space, but it is pretty large balcony. I think it's got quite a bit of space. And again, I just love this view. You can see the gardens up here. I don't know if you can actually see them very well. I'm on the Sony now instead of the GoPro, but they're right here. So it's a beautiful looking spot. I do really like this view. Oh yeah, look at that. I like the city over there. It's pretty crazy. I think a lot of people, or in a lot of ways like movies and TV shows, give like this not kind of like realistic look of what Israel is. And this is what it is. So it's a modern, you know, bustling city. Tell me what you guys think about this whole bus thing. This was just totally bizarre to us this morning for Embarkation. But heading back into the room as Taylor hangs out in here. Out here. Hangs out in here. Out here. We have a pretty large vanity space, which I really like. I think that this is great. Plenty of space for me to like put my computer up, get my stuff spread out, get some stuff charging. We've got some little drawers over here for different things. You know, whatever you need to put in there. They're a little sticky, it looks like. Oh, really sticky. And over here we have, underneath the TV, we have the mini bar, which Taylor and I really won't be taking advantage of whatsoever. Normally most mini bars are going to be really, really overpriced. So let's see, we've got Beefeater gin, which I don't think is that great of gin, is €9 for this little bottle right here. So you'd be better just to go down and buy it directly from the bar. But they've got some drinks in there, so I mean, if you are looking to splurge, you can splurge. If you're looking to splurge on stuff here in the mini bar, you can definitely do so, but I don't recommend it. And then we've got this bed here. It looks like it's probably about like a queen size or so pretty nice. They put 2 towels up here on the bed, and we also have the daily program, which is what I really love. I love this about cruising, is having the paper copy of the cruise planner and like the daily activities and what's going on. So this cruise is very different for us. Like I've mentioned already, it's just from Embarkation to the rest of the cruise. This is very different for us. So we're excited, but also still very, very nervous. Taylor's out there. I think she's trying to get a selfie in the reflection. So we've got the bathroom over here. Pretty decent sized bathroom, I think, for this ship, for what we paid for the age of the ship. Now, I will say that it's not like super updated as you would see for a lot of updated cruise ships, but nonetheless, I still think plenty of space. I don't like the shower situation. I really don't like showers where they have just like the slip and the curtain just kind of fills in between. I like to have that door. I'm not really sure why. I don't know. It feels more like a shower. This feels more like a locker room to me. So I don't really like that. But all in all, still a pretty good bathroom. And then, of course, over here, let me flick these lights on so you can maybe see. Oh, there we go. We've got the closet space here. So a bunch of hangers, all MSC labeled, so you never have to bring your own hangers with you onto the ship. We have 2 more towels rolled up in here for some reason. That's a little weird. I'm not sure. Are these beach towels? Taylor's backpack's in here. Some life jackets up there so we can hang some stuff up in there. And then on the other side, we've got a bunch of space. So you can see I got my passport, my sunglasses up there. We've got a safe, and then a bunch of drawers. Again, these ones are really sticky too. Not really sure why. Maybe so that they don't come rolling out. But I think lots of space for our clothes. And again, I think, you know, one thing that we always do is we stick our suitcase underneath the bed. All in all, I think that this is a pretty good room so far. I really like it. The color's a little odd. It's a little bit different, but sizable room. We paid for this cruise for the 7-night sailing in a balcony room that includes a drink package and basic internet, which is like WhatsApp messaging and emails. All in was just over $2,000. So really, really good price. Now, of course, we had to pay for our flights to get here. Obviously an extra expense, but I think that's an expense that a lot of other people already have to factor in. We don't normally factor that in sailing from Florida because we live in Florida. So I think this was a great price, great room. Hopefully the rest of the cruise goes really, really well. We'll just have to wait and see. MSC doesn't have the best reputation, but we're excited, looking forward to trying something different and just getting to experience something different. So here we go.
I got a mimosa blossom to start off our cruise. This is Absolute Mango Vodka. I'm not sure what that is. Galliano, orange juice, and Prosecco. Ooh, stunning.
And for me, kicking off our cruise, I went with a very boring gin and tonic. But it's light and easygoing. So I prefer it. It's quite good. We've also had like not a lot of sleep, so you know, we're trying to beat the jet lag.
Club. Literally what we did today. Bus. Club. Another club. Another club. No sleep.
Thank you. All right, we've made it to dinner tonight here in the main restaurant for us. And you actually need to scan the menu or scan the QR code to get the menu. And I actually left my phone in the room so I could spend more time with my wife. So she'll have to share the menu with me. And we're sitting across from each other because there's actually a few other seatings. We're not sure if somebody else will be sat with us here at the table, but we'll find out.
I'm screen recording.
Look at this, I switched seats.
He did.
Taylor still doesn't have a microphone on.
Is it?
Oh, you do? Oh. All right.
It's hidden away.
So we've got the menu pulled up. What are you seeing? Anything good?
So there's some stuff that's always available down at the bottom of the menu. But I was looking up here. I saw for you baklava.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the
dessert.
menu out there.
And then I'm probably gonna get the oven roasted prime rib of beef for my entree. And then I'll probably do the either cheese fritters or potato lentil soup.
Interesting.
Nah, probably do the cheese fritters.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really wanted a steak.
Get a steak.
Oh, they have a T-bone steak. Grilled cherry tomatoes, green beans, and roast potatoes. Oh, is that an extra charge?
I don't know.
I'll take this one. You can't show the main course. Taylor's appetizer looks really good.
Bresaola.
With that,
It reminds me of Palo from the
with
Disney
that cheese,
cruises.
it looks really good.
I know. I think is it mozzarella? Maybe
Looks like
it looks
it.
like mozzarella. So I'll find out. But it looks amazing.
And
That looks really good too.
I think this is.
I didn't realize it was going to be fried.
Yeah, it's like a fried
With cod.
codfish. So
Yeah.
let's try it and see.
That looks. It smells really good.
It looks like it's actually been kind of like chopped up. It's almost like a crab cake, but made with like cod. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
Just little.
Pretty good.
I like that.
Overall, we really enjoyed dinner the first night. Food was good and on par with other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean or even Norwegian. So make sure to leave us a comment below what your thoughts are on MSC cruises and what you think about the service, the food, and excursions. We really love to hear what you think. It's not only to help us, but it also helps so many others looking to plan a trip with MSC or another cruise line. So as you can imagine, after many hours of traveling and we almost fell asleep at dinner, we decided to call it a day, head back to the room, and rest up for the next video. Which turns out to be one of the craziest experiences that we've had yet on a cruise ship.